the fact that they're saying that there are anti-ICE nationwide protests and a general strike coming, guys. Okay. If you guys are watching for the first time, you guys are watching my morning show. We do a weekday recap. Here we go. And so this is a bulletin board, guys, because they say these protests are coming to a city near you. Okay. They're actually scheduled for today. So let's break it down, guys. Let's talk about what's happening, okay, with these protests. We've seen the protests all over the country. Let's see if we can see what some of these protests look like. They've been mainly in Minnesota. I think they've been mainly peaceful in other places, though. We've been pretty lucky with that. The violent ones are only in Minnesota. How coincidental, how convenient, right? So pretty much they're saying that they're going to happen all over. I want to show you guys some clips of some protests. Let's watch it together. Guys, if you're watching, please hit the like button, Make sure you're subscribing to our channel. Hit that notification bell too, so you know when we go live. This protest, they're saying that this is in Denver, guys. Okay, let me mute this. They're saying that this is in Denver. So yeah, let's talk about these protests while we see this. A major general strike and protests are scheduled for January 30th, which is today, framed as a national shutdown and also described as part of the 2026 United States general strike. The call is for people across the U.S. to skip work, school, and shopping to protest federal immigration enforcement, specifically actions by ICE. Organizers estimate hundreds of actions in dozens of states and more than 1,000 supporting organizations. And again, this goes back to what we talked about on the show last night. Guys, these organizations are being funded by our federal grant money, okay? James O'Keefe broke this down. He traced and tracked the money. These people are getting federal grants, okay? Our federal dollars to organize this. It blows my mind. It's really disappointing. I don't care if you want to protest, but I don't think it's okay to use government money to be disruptive. I think it's like traitors. Like, I made a short on this. If you guys have been following our page and following us, I talked about this. If you ever watched the TV show Traitors, it's basically a reality show, and there's a group of cast, and 3 people are secretly chosen to be traitors, and the rest of people in the cast are faithfuls, and they are working against the team and doing disruptive things because they're traitors. We have these traitors within our country, and that is what's happening. Again, I don't mind you protesting, but when you're being disruptive, that's a problem. But let's hear about what they're doing now. The strike and protest grew out of Minneapolis, triggered by the unalivements of Renee Good and Alex Preddy during ICE operations. Activists demand defunding or abolition of ICE, legal accountability for federal agents involved in civilian deaths, ending aggressive immigration enforcement practices, some broader calls for accountability from the Department of Homeland Services. And guys, also, when you talk to some of these people, they will tell you they don't want any ICE, they don't want any immigration enforcement. Most of them will tell you that. Some will say, oh, we don't want to get undocumented people out because they're not criminals. Some will, they all have their own different definition of it. But the reality is they don't want ICE to exist at all. Okay. That is pretty much the bottom line. They don't want ICE to exist at all. Okay, well, good. You can block us. No. You sound like a bobo brain. Anyways. So some local businesses, restaurants, and cafes are closing in solidarity instead of regular operations on strike day, absorbing economic costs to show political support. Support varies regionally in areas like the Bay Area and Utah communities. Demonstrations and public closures are part of coordinated actions. Protests and boycott actions around boycott planning illustrate the economic dimension of the push, not just rallies. So basically, they're trying to stop the economy. They're trying to block the economy all over ICE. Okay, and again, you have that right. I actually don't mind this. Don't show up to work. Don't make your money. Sit down and do nothing. That's their right. I actually prefer this than you burning down the cities. I prefer this than you rioting. Strike said, I'm in Europe and wish we had ICE. Maybe we can afford an apartment again. And you know what, Strike? you bring up a very good point. You bring up a very good point. I want to show you guys what the vice president said. This is what the vice president had to say. He actually talked about this. He talked about he mentioned this. Let's see when you bring up the point of what he said. And he had to say. Guys, if you're watching, please hit the like button. Thank you for subscribing. Let's watch what Vice President J.D. Vance had to say.
Because we're starting to get those illegal aliens out of the United States of America, those criminals, those gang members, those people who are taking homes that ought by right go to the people in this room and your children and your grandchildren. It's simple economics. If you have fewer people, fewer illegal aliens trying to buy homes, that means American citizens are going to finally be able to afford a home again. It's very, very simple economics. Because
so pretty much he's drawing the connection. He's saying when we get the illegal aliens out, we have more supply of homes. I don't know how true that is, but if he says it, then it must be true. It makes sense. I mean, I do know that the amount of resources we've spent on undocumented people is high. If they don't have documentation, they can't get insurance through an employer, then we have to absorb those costs when they're sick. When their children start school, we absorb those costs and they're not paying taxes because they don't have documentation to pay taxes. So yeah, I mean, pretty much it's an uncomfortable conversation, guys. I know you guys are upset. You know, half the chat is saying no protest, half the chat is saying protest everything, protest Trump, protest everything. And then you have people in the chat saying all Americans are illegal. This is stolen land. Anyways, go into the next category this morning. We're going to end the morning. I'm sure the people that hate Trump is going to love this one. Melania movie premiere, guys. We're going to talk about the Melania movie premiere. What did that look like? Is Melania going to be a flop? Let me share my screen while I read the story to you guys. If you're watching, please hit the like button. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. You like me, you hate me, I appreciate it either way.
And together.
Wait, guys, I'm gonna mute this. We're gonna just let this play in the background. So pretty much, Melania movie premiered this week. Okay, there's a lot of mixed things about Melania's movie premiere. It's interesting the amount of money that went into it. We're gonna break it down this morning. So Melania is a documentary feature film about First Lady Melania Trump. It really focuses on the 20 days leading up to the 2025 presidential inauguration and aspects of her personal and of her public and private life. It was produced by Amazon MGM Studios, directed by Brett Ratner, making his return to feature filmmaking after a long absence due to past misconduct allegations. Okay, wow, that's interesting. And so pretty much they said that Amazon paid $40 million to acquire the film's rights. And then another $35 million on marketing. The total spending for this has been $75 million. They said this is a really high number for documentaries. So that is interesting, the fact that they spent so much. This is Melania Trump. Let's hear what she had to say.
My son Baron, my sister Ines, my father Victor Knaus, and my mother, who is watching down from heaven. Your love is the powerful force that propels me forward. Amazon's team has been inspired from day one. My son Baron, my sister Ines, my father Victor Knaus, and my mother, who is watching down from heaven.
All right. So pretty much, that was her giving her speech. It is interesting because they're saying that the movie is going to be a flop. That's what's interesting about this. And I'm sure you guys just love this in the chat, that it's going to be a flop. Also, Nicki Minaj went to the movie premiere. That was interesting. They just got they propped Nicki up everywhere, aren't they? trying to see if I can find a preview for the movie for you guys. I thought I had it pulled up, but nevertheless, yeah, I have a preview. Guys, if you're watching, please hit the like button. Let's watch a preview of the movie, of Melania movie.
Here we go again.
You can come in. Come on in. After our legacy will be that of peacemaker.
Peacemaker in the fire. Beautiful. Together with like-minded leaders, we have a voice. Is it safe?
It is safe.
Everyone wants to know. So here it is. Hi, Mr. President. Congratulations.
Did you watch it?
I did not. Yeah, I will see it on the news.
So I wonder, guys, I'm about to be shady for a second here. Y'all think she's excited when she sees women like Nicki Minaj around Trump? Because she's like, oh man, or do you think she's like kind of worried that they're going to take Trump from her? Or you think she's kind of excited because she like gets a break? I don't know. I'm just being a little messy here because Melania seems like very unbothered by Trump. Like, give me my space, give me time. She's a very me time kind of wife. You can tell she likes her time. But anyways, this premiered at the John F. Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. It had a wide theatrical release with 15 to 2,000 theaters in the U.S. and internationally. It's scheduled to stream on Amazon Prime Video a few weeks after theatrical run. I've heard people say the reason why they think the movie's going to be a flop is MAGA is worried about going out and safely watching the movie, or anyone that supports this, because people are protesting everywhere. Who's to say you're going to go to a movie and some people come out and start protesting in the movie theater? I mean, they protesting in churches. Why will they not bring the protest to a movie theater? I actually would prefer you protest in a movie than you go protest in a church, but that's another discussion. So yeah, they're saying that industry insiders and cinema chains described UK ticket sales as soft, with some screenings only selling a handful of movies. US box office projections vary, but many tracking sources expect low totals, around a few $1,000,000 of opening weekend at best. One UK report indicated only one ticket sold across 100 plus cinemas during opening, highlighting the commercial struggle outside the US. Jeez. Box Office Pro and Variety estimates range roughly 2 million to 5 million, guys. 2 million to 5 million. That's all they're saying that this movie is going to make. Like I said, Nicki Minaj was at the premiere. This is what she wore. The premiere, I believe, was last night. Yeah, this is not looking too good, guys. Like, they're saying that this movie is not going to be good. Let's run this. I'm just going to run this while I read the rest about the movie. Another forecast specifically predicted about $3 million in its first frame in North America. Wired found only a couple of sold out showings among thousands of screen times, mostly discounted daytime matinees, suggesting fragmented demand. Reports of theaters with very low or zero tickets sold for many showings are circulated widely. Reviews so far are limited. Many critics haven't screened it yet, but some social and online reactions label the documentary as tedious or overly staged. Meta commentary from media figures has been mocking rather than celebratory, including jokes about empty seats. Some crew members and behind the scenes reports describe chaotic production conditions and internal dissatisfaction. In some markets around the world, scheduled theatrical releases were pulled shortly before opening amid political tensions. In South Africa, they're saying. Advertising campaigns like buses in LA have been vandalized and have backlash. The film's high costs and political associations have sparked debates about whether it's a documentary art, propaganda, or a vanity project. Jeez, they is not letting up off of this. You guys are savages here in America. I don't know. I think that this was a very bad timing for this movie to be released. This was a very, very poor timing, I think, for this movie. I'm going to watch the movie. I don't think I'm going to go in theaters because I kind of don't really want to be harassed to enjoy a movie. Okay, I don't really want to be harassed watching a movie. I will wait till it comes on my Prime and I can be in the comfort of my home. I love documentaries, but I think I'll wait for this one to come. I think this should have just been an online release versus a big theatrical one. Maybe a softer opening to save some money, but good for Melania. Good for her. Let her get her coins. Shout out to her. So, guys, watching for the first time, we are the New Party Podcast. We live stream every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you wait till the end of the stream, we have a promo clip where you can see some of the featured voices. Also, if you guys subscribe to our channel, you can see all of our past streams. We had one last night. This week, we've been talking about the Alex Pretty Minnesota protests. We also have memberships, guys. We are doing member-only content. We got up close in Charlie Kirk before he was passed away. We went to his events, so that was fun. We also went to the Diddy trial. That was fun. We have those on member-only streams. So make sure you guys subscribe, get a membership. If you become a member in the chat, you can have emojis as well and stand out. The more our channel grows, the more you'll want those emojis so you can laugh and make jokes with our faces, different things. So anyways, guys, we appreciate you guys for watching. Come back Monday night at 8 p.m. God bless. Good. Actually, come back Monday morning at 6 a.m. I will be back on at 6 a.m. We will be having a weekend recap. Hopefully, it's an uneventful weekend. Last weekend was very eventful with the Alex Pretty unalivement. So hopefully this weekend I'll be talking about more lighthearted stuff. But anyways, God bless, guys. Have a nice work day if you're working. And if you're protesting, protest safe. Have a good time. God bless everyone.
Before we wrap, I want to take a quick moment to talk about how you can support the New Party. We are an independent media platform. No corporate backers, no political handlers, just a collection of voices representing all American viewpoints, especially the stories they don't want you talking about.
I'm disgusted with our government, and it doesn't matter which party you're talking about. I'm disgusted.
We are watching an active genocide. I don't know how else to put it. There are thousands of people getting killed every day.
This is the first time in history that an American cardinal has ever been elevated to pope. It is legitimately make America great again.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting for illegal immigrants, not immigrants. Illegal. Like, and they burning the flag and shit.
Like I always say, it was a great episode. I'm happy with the wins that Donald Trump's.
Like you heard Nora Skeptic say, we're going to keep bringing like different types of content and things that we know people want to see. And like we always show on the New Party, always vote.
If you believe Americans can still have civil discourse, even in these polarizing times, we need your help to stay independent and keep growing. You can support us by donating to our GoFundMe page, becoming a channel member, sending a super chat, or grabbing merch from the New Party store. Every donation goes directly toward growing the channel promotion and our upcoming documentary. And as a thank you, donors will receive an exclusive copy of the documentary 1 week before it premieres. Who is the New Party? We're you, your voice, your stories, your America. We can only do this together. So if you're able, please donate and help us get the message out.